Where do we begin? Because this ain't the beginning, or even the middle, no less. It was the before for me, before light, before mountain peaks and valley lows, before water was separated and divided, before trading and currency, before kingdoms and queendoms, before traveling by ships, before fields and being yoked, before they decided to create generations, before those same generations were impressed by what power feels like when it drips. Do you remember love? The sound of your voice singing songs that never make you feel bound. The beat of your own heart when your eyes met rainbows for the first time. The look on your face at snowfall or pink sand or tulips blooming. That face right there. The one that details freedom and love. That moment right there where fear ain't trying to confine you. That place where you laughed with your cousins and all you have is the memory. Do you remember time? The way clocks would tick right before summer break and the way patent leather would squeak when you could smell your favorite bread baking in the oven and you would sop it up with gravy or syrup and ooh, there was nothing stopping us from running in or out except mom or pop. Some of us remember the sound of our ancestors telling us to mind our fall or when to stop stirring or pouring. And we remember the tones of their voices and it makes everything all right. Playing centers or pinochle, we remember the sound of cards or bones slammed on tables and what love feels like when it is wrapped in care and respect. Oh, how I remember fried snapper and rice and peas and getting these edges pressed and trying not to flinch and blue magic on the back of my grandmom's hands, safety pins securing diapers, and how I remember summers on cobblestone streets. And your elders that can remember every line of every story and Sunday dinners and there being room enough for everybody. Oh, how I remember climbing into safety after a long day of code switching and praying your labor ain't in vain and sleepovers at Aunt Joni's house with room for every cousin and boundaries and rules that tried to keep the children safe. I need you to remember the first time you smiled, the first time you knew. I need you to remember the first time you cleaned your sneakers or shined your shoes, the first time you made your mama's biscuits. I need you to remember the last time you were excited. Ooh, the first time you remembered the words to your favorite song. I need you to remember your first love. That time when you knew Jesus was real, that time when your soul wouldn't let you rest. So you stayed up all night, writing and praying and listening and watching and waiting. Do you remember when you were restored? Looking at yourself, being surprised by the transformation. Do you remember the last time that you were healed? When that name no longer sounded like horror, when traveling down the road didn't stir up resentment. Do you remember hope? How she danced with both eyes open, feet moving with freedom in every step. Do you remember joy? How he moved with both eyes closed, shuffling back and forth with confidence and no plans on stopping. Do you remember not waiting for the other shoe to drop? You just spent yourself right there in that moment and you vowed to do it again and again and again. See, we hold these memories as evidence and we will not stop. We will always reclaim them. We will always fight to maintain them. We know all about the institutions seeking profit over people, separating families at borders, polluting our water and releasing dogs and monsters in the images of policies and white supremacy. So we reclaim our time and our strength, choosing to remember love as we speak truth to power. Watching the reflection of God in us as we hold leadership accountable, listening to what reminds us of joy. See, we will remember joy. We will remember love. We will remember peace and laughter. We will remember this here, this now. We will remember